Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? We're all doing very, very well. Now, first of all, this is like a bit of a sort of a plea. I've got a friend, Christina Fry, out in Florida, and been good mates for a long time. Massive fan of the channel, always gets in touch, have a good natter. Now, with what's happened in Florida over the last few days with Storm Ian wreaking havoc, I want to make sure you're all right. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I was out last night and a message from your good self, Christina, popped up. But before I could actually access it, it vanished. And then so did you. You seemingly vanished from Facebook and from Messenger. So given what's happened, I just want to make sure that you're all right. I have no other means of contacting you because I can't find you now. So all you got to do, contact me by the usual methods. Let me know everything's okay. Even if you just pop a little message down below in the comments, then just let us know you're all right, because I know it's been hell over there. So please let me know you're okay. Cheers. And now with other news. Yes, you can see the old vinyl album soundtrack for The Fly. Howard Shore's fantastic score for one of Cronenberg's greatest movies. I'm actually playing the score right now. Well, most of you guys know that I've been on a bit of a Cronenberg sort of phase at the moment, and I want to cover this. So that's the plan. This is not that video. This is not the big review. Because today, which I'd set aside to be Fly Day, has conspired to throw a spanner in the works, a fly in the ointment, you could say. Now, a bit of background to this would be that there's a bit of a yin and yang with videos and video reviewing at the moment. See, you guys just think, oh, he just sits there, pulls up his chair, puts his favourite music on, puts the camera on, and yakety yak ensues. Yeah, that is the way it genuinely transpires. But sometimes fate conspires to work against me. Now, so as a prelude to the Fly debacle, our good friend from down under, so we've talked about Florida, now we're talking about Australia as well. Good God, you know, we're globe-trotting here on our Kilt-Man channel. Scrowy, our good mate Scrowy, who has sent a few things to me, sent a package a while ago. I know there's 2 items in this package, one of which, no laughing, is a boomerang. But the idea behind that is it's a tribal boomerang. It's elaborately decorated, I believe, because I haven't seen it. And we could do some videos with me trying to operate a boomerang, which could be fun. Could also be deadly to myself. But and there's a 4K movie in there as well. Woo! But I don't know what it is. Anyway, he sent this weeks ago, and it left Australia, and it did arrive apparently on British soil. And it's been languishing there ever since. Hasn't turned up here. Now, me and Scrow, you've been through all the jokes about the boomerang. You went back to him and it's coming back and forth. No. He sent me the tracking notice, you know, which he had for the Australian mail service. And basically, the final destination it said was it's reached Langley in the UK, some kind of big sorting office. Well, because I got that code, I could put it in there. And this is weeks later. And I find out it's actually sitting in our local post depot, just down the road, literally just down the road. I can run it in 9 minutes. And it's been there for ages. And because there's a customs charge on it. Oh, that sting in the tail. God damn it. You get a gift, you've got to pay for it. It happens, I understand. It's a very random thing, customs. I've had loads of things from all over the world with no customs charges, and then you get something like this, which turns up, and random. What happened this? You will pay for this, Kilt-Man. So, it's been held there, but it's only down the road. So I thought, Christ, you know, normally the postman will give you a little note through the door to tell you that it's been kept there. A little red and white note telling you what your options are, all this kind of stuff, how much you've got to pay, and what evidence of proof of ID you need to bring with you. So, because I discovered, oh, it's down there, mate, don't worry, I'll sort this out. So this morning, I legged it down the road. Gets there. The post office is not only shut, they're on strike, aren't they? How did I forget about that? So I've gone all the way down there. Luckily, it wasn't raining like it was the last few days with our pathetic little storm, which really was a storm in a teacup. So I had to come back. And Mrs. Kilt-Man said, because I just got up and went, thought, I'll leg it down there. So I come back, the bloody place, it's on strike. She was like, I could have told you that. And the Royal Mail, like almost every industry in the UK at the moment, is going on strike. A lot of reasons. And I actually do sympathise, of course. But I can't go on strike, though, can I? Oh, no. But they've got another 19 days of strikeness between now and Christmas to obviously disrupt Christmas mail. So great stuff. Obviously use Amazon Prime in future because they hell and high water, they come through every time. Hermes, different story, but Amazon Prime, loving you guys. So yeah, it's still down there. What a pain in the ass. But me and Scrubby were talking about this, and he said, "Oh, you're gonna review The Fly?" I said, "Yeah, but I'm gonna watch it first." I know the movie inside out, folks. I know the movie inside out. I could just sit here and talk about it right now. Well, in actual fact, I could do, but I'm not. I'm saving it for later. But I like to watch the film. Even though I might know it, I haven't seen The Fly in years, so I thought I'll watch it. So I got my American Blu-ray of it down. Yes, my Region A Blu-ray of The Fly. With all the deleted scenes on it, yes. The baboon cat. Oh dear. And loads of other bits. And the Cronenberg commentary. So set aside the morning now. I've had a failure with the Royal Mail. I haven't got my boomerang, but I've got The Fly. And I've got several machines, of course. But my multi-region player tends to not be used that often because a lot of the stuff I've now got on UK stuff, UK Region B, or it's just multi-region anyway, not region coded. But this is a specific Region A disc, so I put it in my specific Region A player, and it came on. Oh, brilliant! Yeah, right, sitting down, and my daughter came down as well, and I went, "Oh, you might want to watch this." And she was like, "You don't really want to watch this." And I said, "It's a horror film. It's a classic. It's an 80s classic. It's grotesque, it's gory, it's gnarly, but it's got Jeff Goldblum in it, and you like him, don't you?" Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've got a bit of bonding. We'll watch this together. And anyway, but she comes out to make a breakfast first, and the film is just, because I just let it play, Dad, I'll come in, okay, fine. So we're playing it. Jeff has met Gina Davis, Veronica, or Ronnie, the journalist, and in the big sort of scientific show meeting, and right, and then my daughter screams from the kitchen, "Dad, come and look at this, Dad." I know the sound of that voice. I know that the tenor of that voice. It means there's a spider on the loose. Now, you guys know this place and spiders, and me in particular with spiders, because that bastard, that arachnid, bit me on the back of the thigh. And it's almost a year ago, actually. Almost a year ago. It was definitely October, November time when it happened. And you guys cast your minds back. You'll know I showed you the wound. It was a massive reaction I had to it. I was in a lot of discomfort. And it took not one, but two, was it 3 doses of medication? That's antibiotics for it to finally sort of settle down. I'm still left with a huge crater of a scar there. Charming that, isn't it? And what did that? Just a common or garden? Well, it could be house spider or garden spider. I'm not too sure which one it was, but it's one of them, because the doctors she just went, "Oh, spider bite," dead matter of fact. I was like, what kind of spider did that? Anyway, I've been through all that. So me and spiders aren't the best of friends. I love them, I admire them, I think they're fantastic creations. Just keep your creativity away from me, please. And lately, I don't know about you guys, because it's a season change and they're not on the way out the house anymore, they're on the way back into your abodes. But what we've noticed in our back garden and that new conservatory is millions upon millions of big spiders constructing really immense webs. I mean, I was going to film them all, I still might, but the rains of the last few days have actually seemed to wipe a lot of them out. but I'm sure they'll spring back up again. But we've got a pine tree there, and between that and some of the other shrubbery and the wall on one side, there is no less than 8 colossal webs, all with the owner sitting right in the middle. And you can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pure 3D going back and back and back. All these webs, all getting successively higher as well. And then there's one that goes right the way across, which is a feat of engineering for web. It's just, I admire it, as I say, but I find them terrifying as well. So I thought, every time you go out, and you were walking through webs when you went out, and you come back in, and with my hair hanging loose, there'd be a spider coming down me. I was like, Jesus. Happening all the time. Fucking spiders everywhere. I genuinely thought we're going to wake up one day and you won't be able to see out the house. It'd just be encrusted in webs. It'd be like the end of The Mist. It'd just be like webs everywhere. Anyway, so this spider, which by the way, right, if you can see, right, up there, I'm pointing to it right now. It's in that corner there. In fact, I took a picture of it and I might use it as the thumbnail for this video. And it's sitting there, and what's it doing? It's having its lunch. It's eating a fly. I'm trying to watch the fly. My daughter squeals in terror. I come out to assist. It's a fucking spider. She goes, it's eating a fly as well. I was struck by the irony. I thought, well, isn't that a nice little twist? So I had a look at it. Yeah, it definitely is eating a fly. But I've got to go back to the movie. I paused the movie, went back in. Suddenly, I couldn't release it from the pause. Huh? A bit like the fly trapped in a spider's mandibles, because it's got hold of it. And I'm like, clicking this button. What's happening? Then I did it manually on the actual front fascia where the buttons are. It's not making it play. Oh, I'll take the disc out. Start it again. Got the menu screen, and you've got play, and you've got settings, and you've got scenes, and you've got special features and all that. And you're meant to just move across, do. It's on play. I'm pressing OK. Nothing. I'm pressing play. Nothing. Check the batteries. Change the batteries. Nothing. Right, take it out again and just turn the machine off. Did all that. Turn it back on again. Put the disc back in. Exact same thing. It will not play. Oh, shit. What am I going to do now? In the meantime, Scroey, and it's late night in Australia where he is at the moment. It's just morning for me. He gets on to me. He's like, I found a copy. I bought a copy because I'll watch it. There's a version of it on YouTube, but it's got the Cronenberg commentary running across the top of it. I said, well, don't watch that. You watch the film first, and then obviously listen to the commentary, because it's worthwhile. I know it is. And so he's watching it. In actual fact, he did message me. Apparently, he fell asleep halfway through, because it's late night there, you see, and he's been out and about. So, not surprised. It wasn't the film bored him, but he just conked out. And but in the meantime, I said, well, I can't watch the bastard now. I can't believe this. So I said, well, okay, I know what, Amazon. I'll buy it from Amazon. I'll buy the UK version from Amazon, because it'll be next day delivery. So it goes on Amazon. It's nice and cheap. Yay! I think like £6 or something like that. But I'll have it. Earliest delivery, October 20th. And that's for Prime customers. What? Are you fucking kidding me? So I was fuming. And of course, my poor Kilt daughter got the brunt of it. Well, you and your fucking spider. I can't watch my film now. That spider did kill my fly. You can sense the irony and the bitter twist in this story, this saga. And then she was, and I was like, I can't even buy it now. Damn it! Now what a fucking use is that? I even started thinking there's loads of like little charity shops around here, tons of charity shops, and you've got loads of like DVDs and obviously some Blu-rays in there. Look, it might be one of them. I wonder if I can leg it down. I genuinely thought this. I'm going to start trawling around all the charity shops trying to find a copy of The Fly. And then she went, it's on Disney Plus, don't you? What? What is that you're saying to me? And it was. And we watched it. So isn't that weird? The mouse saved the fly from the spider. But I just wanted to keep you abreast of these weird little connections, coincidences, and fate twisted ironies because I love things like this. To everyone else, they mean nothing, but to me, it's like it's a pattern developing here. But anyway, in a sort of very convoluted fashion, I have just announced to you that I am going to be reviewing The Fly, hopefully later on today. I am still going to rebuy it, by the way, because I'm not putting up with that fucking machine fouling up the works every time. It'll probably work again later, but not the point. It's untrustworthy. It's going. Actually, Scrubby said, I've got a couple of multi-region machines. Do you want me to send you one? I went, mate, with the way the post and the shipping's going and the customs charges, don't do it. Don't do it, mate. Let's see if I can get that boomerang first of all. Cheers, Scrubby. Cheers, Christina. Cheers to the little old lady who swallowed the fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. So, folks, if you've got a copy of The Fly, send it to me. No, don't. Just watch it so that we're all singing from the same web later on when I do the full review. Because I'm going to go massively in depth, obviously. Of course I am. And I think it's a fantastic film with a wonderful score. I've been talking all over that score. Let's just get into some of the main elements of it, which will be a good test for when I do the actual video. Because if this gets blocked because I'm playing this, then obviously I won't play this during the big review. Howard Shore, is a long-term collaborator with Cronenberg, scored most of his movies. And his scores for Videodrome and Scanners are electrifying, brilliant. But this score is in a league of its own. It's really, really strongly emotional. And I'll just tell you something before we get into the actual movie itself. When this was first trailered, they didn't show much really in that first trailer, but they showed Brundlefly, what Jeff Goldblum's character becomes, the fused hybrid of Professor Dr. Seth Brundle and the fly, common house fly, which he gets teleported with and then reconfigured alongside on a genetic level. When he's in the full prosthetic suit, he comes crashing through the hospital window to get Gina Davis because she's carrying his baby and she wants it to abort it, and he carries it away. But that trailer, he comes smashing through this plate glass window, and it comes up the electrifying title sequence, The Fly. Now, this was on before Aliens, and I remember every time, I saw Aliens a lot, every time they played this trailer, it brought the house down. People are laughing their heads off at it. Now, I knew what this film was coming out, and I was looking forward to it. I remember the original version, plus the two lame-ass sequels that the original film had. I know the original short story as well, and I know what Cronenberg could do with it, and I'd seen the run-up in Fangoria magazine and Starburst, so I was way in tune with this, and I was sitting there, I can't wait for that, and people laughing around me. I was like, they're going, The Fly. Admittedly, if you didn't know the history of it, it probably does sound a bit, The Fly? Yeah, as if that's going to be scary. Of course, what happened, it turned out to be a masterpiece, critically acclaimed and very commercially successful. But also, first time I saw the movie, and I'll probably repeat this in the full video, but I just want to get it off my chest right now. I went with a few friends, and the finale, so spoilers ahead here, folks, spoilers, but it's an old movie, and I'm going to cover it anyway in depth. At the end, when it all goes, poor old Seth Brundle, absolutely nothing goes right for him, does it? And the biggest irony, there's that word again, ironies and all that, his teleportation system works. It's just the fly in the ointment gets in there and screws it all up for him, quite literally screws it up for him. And then he will eventually try to form the best nuclear family you can imagine. It'll be him, his Gina Davis's character Ronnie, and her unborn child to be fused together in one body, both sitting in different telepods, fused together in transportation to arrive in the third pod. But a jealous lover gets in the way of this tryst, and fouls it up, sabotages the system with a fantastic shotgun, and he rescues Ronnie from her telepod. But Seth Brundle, who's now the Fly, smashes away through the window and tries to get out the telepod. doesn't get all the way when the teleportation and the fusing takes place. And what comes out of that third one is a fly monster fused with machinery and the telepod itself. And he just crawls out of the smoke from this thing in agony and just total despair. And the last vestige of humanity in him just literally begs to be killed. Oh my God. And I remember when that come on, and I had mates either side of me, they were laughing at it. This Chris Wayless, who did all the effects for it, the puppet of this fly fused telepod creature, just shambling out and groaning. It's even lost Goldblum's voice at this stage. And Ronnie has to put it grabs the shotgun and puts it to its big prosthetic head. And these bastards are laughing. And they were nudging me, and when they saw me, I had tears all the way down my face. I was sobbing like a baby. And then boom, his head just erupts. Christ. And then titles just come up at that stage. That's it. And oh God. But I could hear other people laughing as well. To this day, I've never forgiven that crowd for ruining that moment in a film which I cherish. God damn you all. In a way, people react strangely to tragedy and sorrowful scenes. People do laugh when they hear very tragic bad news. People do laugh because they don't know how it's a knee-jerk reaction. Oh, it's when this music begins. It's so emotional to me. Such a great theme as well. It's just, no, what else can go wrong? And it's final despair. And I was just, eyes in floods, Jesus. But these weren't laughing out of I don't know how to react to this. They were laughing at it. They were laughing at the Chris Wayless prosthetic puppet. Now, if it was a puppy, they'd all be crying. Let's be honest. And I've just watched it now again. And my daughter was in there, but she wasn't paying too much attention to it. So I don't know if the raw emotion got to her, but it did to me again. So, folks, anyway, there's a little contrived video to discuss, well, where's my friend in Florida? Are you all right? Please get in touch. The state of the nation when it comes to bloody Royal Mail and getting copies of The Fly, and the unpredictability of now ancient multi-region Blu-ray players. See? And a bottle of bud. Get a lot more than you bargain for, don't you? The Kilt-Man. But that video review of The Fly coming later on. And I might even attempt a commentary track tomorrow morning. Might do. We'll see how that goes. Because, hey, listen, I'm tempting fate all the time, so I might as well go the whole hog, mightn't I? Folks, I happen to know I shall be Kilt-Man. Please, in the meantime, in this ever fly and spider infested in between time, try and keep it kilted, try and keep it Celtic, and I'm going to see you all laters.